Got ourselves a bunch of casters over for the team one. One amongst them is my boy Biko. Looking absolutely beautiful, ready for the summer. Love the treasure back piece. Looks amazing. Jay, how gonna be first up versus Lemon Roll? It's gonna be probably your toughest matchup, Jay. Your toughest matchup. Monks, with how much mobility they have as a mages, and your Frost. I think you just gotta start hitting them with the shatters instantly, man. Instantly hit him with them shatters. Anytime you have line of sight of the guy, you're shattering him the entire time. Shatter him like glass. Incap instantly onto Jay, maybe lagging a little bit. Does have himself a blink to break out of a stun into immediate slows onto Lemon. If you can control any of the spells, that'll be huge. Try to go for a cast into a bit of mobility. Able to actually live a lot of the Condi though. Slice of Winds doesn't really connect. Invis, breath to follow. Got himself a poly. Do you have a stun? Does go for a trinket. Hold on a second. Lemon no longer has a trinket. Do you just like try to see if you get a stun on him? Knocking him back. You need a heal. Maybe looking for a block. Up in the air, blocking. There it is. Wait, I thought you couldn't block while you were midair. Chat, hold on. Am I wrong about that? I think it was like last week or week before that we had a mage who got knocked up in air and he said he couldn't block because he was midair. Can you block while midair, or is it just because Jay's lagging that he was able to block there? What is happening? Holy, at least it doesn't require 300 gigs to RAM to run. True. True, although probably that similar bug does exist. Diablo just ends up building up too much RAM, and it just goes into VRAM afterwards, and then your hard drive just starts writing page files. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad though. It is pretty bad. It is pretty bad. As Jay trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability for Lemon, he doesn't have a trinket, so Jay next go could be huge. Lemon trying to see if he can bait out Jay, maybe trying to see if he can bait out a blink from him. Flurry bait is kind of helpful. Blizzards around the corner with that root is massive. He's going to be able to get a poly. I don't know if you're going for a stun. Is going to go for a frost bomb with a flurry. Maybe meteor around the corner. Is going to go for a comet storm. Lemon just trying to see if he can zoom in and zoom out. And for Jay, I think he's just going to go for a little bit more of a safer play here. He definitely does have to pull Lemon out of the pillar and then go for a proper breath stun combo. Because of her breath right now, this could be huge. Full Condi. I think while Condi is active, he can't really be CC'd. Trying to go for Slice and Winds. Big leg strip on Jay. Does himself a blink. I think this way you can't go. You have to block it. You have to block it. But now you could potentially have yourself a proper go here. If Lemon charges at you, this could be huge. The fact that... Okay, no, he doesn't have a trinket back up. I was going to say, the fact that he doesn't have a trinket would have been massive. So Jay's probably going to have to play this even slower. Even steadier than ever before. So it's really up to Lemon, I think, to come out, because Jay, I don't think he's gonna rush after him. I think Jay said after Lemon, you're gonna burn through that mobility going behind the pillar. You're gonna put yourself in like a really unwinnable situation. Frost bomb potentially could be a lot of prey. It is gonna be a freeze from the Ring of Frost. Does work though. Is it gonna be Lemon with a diffuser? Not diffuse. Fort? No, mind. No, not for brew. Does send him with a flourish around the corner. But again, Jay just does not want to commit there. Unless he gets some kind of CC onto Lemon, he's not going to commit. So it's really going to be up for Lemon. And I think for the mage, I think you have to play it like this. I don't think you actually can go behind the pillar with a monk, because he's just going to lock you down. He's just going to put you in a bad spot. You'll be able to line of sight mage easily, weave in, rush in, do some damage, rush out. It's going to be a stun on Jay. Does have himself a blink available. Lemon does not have Condi for a while. So it's going to be at least an opportunity for Jay to maybe get a setup going, but no, unable to. With Lemon, try to see if he can rush out in the middle. If Jay got any kind of procs, this could be huge right now. He's got himself a decent setup. Lemon trying to go behind the pillar. Condi is technically available. Will not have images though, but he will have Zuen. Zuen and Condi together could be huge by itself. Got himself a bit of that shifting power. With Lemon looking to get himself out of that position as best as he can. Incap is going to be able to at least approach Jay. Jay with a trick a little early. Condi to immune the breath. So for Jay, this could put him in a really, really bad spot. Unless you can root Lemon and then go for a full free stun, it's not going to be in a great spot at all. Does go for an invis into a flurries. Lemon just trying to see if he commits some damn. Is going to have himself ultra available in case it is to technically go ultra nova into a stun. I don't think Lemon would have himself a port available unless he's got himself a Tiger's Loss. I don't know if he really does have it at the moment. Unless he's keeping up with a cooldown. Incap with a bit of damage onto Jay. If anything, Lemon can at least go for incaps. then do a bit of damage knowing that Jay is going to blink even if he doesn't have a leg sweep. That is a full karma too. So Jay no longer has any big defenses to expect out of for Lemon, except maybe for Diffuse. Got himself a Ring of Peace on one side, Ring of Frost on the other. And for Jay, he got breath. He's got himself a setup. Lemon still has a trinket. I think at some point you just have to commit all the damage. Try to see if you can make something happen. Maybe, possibly. Leg sweep not available for Lemon. Does have incap in case he wants to use it. Still able to get quite a bit of that range damage out of Jay without even really being next to him. Incap does not break immediately to damage, which is so fortunate. Mage does get interrupted on the arcane. Knocked up in air on the breath. Poly to follow. And then he's just got himself a full diffuse trinket. He's actually in a great spot. Still can get stunned technically. But at this point, I don't really know if he can be. I don't really know if there's a safe way to do it. Because as soon as you walk in anywhere near him, right in Sun Kick would just take you out. Does go for a full, the Condi, man. The Condi with guys trying to see if he can give Lemon Roll at least as much of a chance here as possible. A proper, honorable match. Technically, guys, as long as he got himself like a big rift available, he should be able to get a decent setup on him every single time. Look at that mount, dude. Look at that animation. It's so good, dude. So Monk every single episode. Look, I can't help it. It's really up to whoever brings who when it comes to some of these runs. You know what? Usually Paladins everywhere. Now we messed it up and I was like, oh, now Monks everywhere. When we have a few rogues and it's like, oh man, rogues everywhere. It's whatever meta class is meta, you know what I mean? Meta classes are always going to be everywhere. Guys taking a lot of damage. Let's go for a fade. Fear to follow into Lemon. Lemon no longer has a trinket, so if you get yourself a good go, Dark Ascension, PI, and everything available. Dark Torment is going to actually get hit with a horror. Stun right after. For guys who got the most amount of damage, this is actually where you can commit a lot. I think the Rift actually might take down Lemon. Oh, it is just over. It's so, you know what? It is wild how good Monks are and how it feels like he's just bullying the mage. And then you got a one-shot priest walk in. One little priesty boy with one big rift. The rogue's gonna let him. Dang, I know, right? exactly. Poly out, run out. Guys may have to go for a trinket here. Maybe disperse. Might have to disperse it. Trinket fear is gonna be trinket out of icy. Maybe looking for disperse. So it's gonna be disperse. Maybe fade. He's trusting, dude. Divine. He's got prayered. He's just living on a prayer right now. Absolutely, just divine prayer. Just letting him do his work. Oh, I wouldn't trust it. Technically, he has a silence and a stun, so IC actually does not have an easy outs, man. Now for a little bit breath. Does he have a stun ready? Silence, he's gonna breath him. Fear, maybe? Maybe you gotta live, you gotta live, you gotta live, you gotta live, you gotta fade. Fear. You can fear. You have stun. You can blink it. I think you gotta fear, right? Oh, no! He finally got himself a proper setup with the horror effects. Hollow immediately gonna go in with a silence, Dark Ascension. Trinket into a Void Torrent. Icy is gonna try to see if he can get behind the pillar. If you can dump any DPs on him, Hollow, you got images actually. You can dump DPs on those. As long as the Rift doesn't disconnect, Icy is gonna go for a full block. He knows that Rift is gonna do a lot of damage. He knows that Rift is gonna do a lot of damage. I saw press Karma, what the hell? Maybe he faded the Karma? Maybe? Because if he did press the Karma and he didn't connect, maybe he faded the last second. Hollow is going to get hit with another stun. Fear does end up countering a stun. So that is pretty good for him. Unfortunately for Icy, that polymorph did break a little early. Siphon does get taken out fairly quickly. And Icy trying to see if he can get himself in a better position. That Tentacle together with DP are doing a decent bit of damage from behind the pillar. Just some free raw damage. Yet another Rift is out. If you can dump any more DPs into that Rift, that'll be golden. And this out for Icy. Breath, Poly right after. Meteor down, stun onto Icy to see a blink. It's going to be DPs, but he's going to go for a block. He knew that it's going to be a lot of damage. It's going to go for a quick interrupt on that Holy Sphere instantly. Try to see if he can give him some touch of death. Ascension is available. Unless you can go for a bunch of instacast or non-periodic damage onto Icy. I don't really know if that Dark Ascension is going to do much, but it's going to give you resources at least. At the very bare minimum. He's got himself Aegis. So that is proccing. Icy with a quick Ring of Frost. For Hollow, man, I'm wondering if these priests will be able to bring it back, though. That may be a dispersed situation. Oh! Icy with a Shatter, though! Out of left field! Holy! Faded? Yo, faded. Icy, what the hell was that burst? Was that just Meteor? And it landed a crit? Wait, this thing can move slowly? I never actually seen this thing walk, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Like walk. I know it's hovering, but I never seen it like move, just like super slow and steady. Never seen it. I didn't realize it would just have like such like a smooth, slow movement to it. It's gonna be a Hand of Freedom. With that, getting hit with the stun, bubble. Probably gonna bubble. Probably gonna have to bubble. Try to see if you can hold on to the bubble. It's gonna be a wall. Shield of Vengeance right after. As Icy continuing just to slam damage into him. Does not have any more blocks. So for Icy just getting domed. Damn! What is happening? Bob DH is gonna be up next though. Look at a beautiful butterfly with them Demon Hunter wings. Oh, also got the back piece. The backpack. Is that the... I was gonna say, is that the one from 1,000 Needles? Because it kind of looks like 1,000 Needles one, but the skulls, I don't think 1,000 Needles. Quest item. That's what I'm saying. Like, isn't that one with 1,000 Needles where you help out that one gnome? Dumero. Oh, it's Dumero. Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking about a different one completely. It's gonna be OGH. Try to see if you can continue the damage versus depth. Does that? But does he have a bubble above DH? May need to go for immunity here. He's got himself down light on him, which is not gonna feel good in meta. He knows while Forbearance is down, he's gotta commit and make some damage happen. Miko, you're the last one left over for the team one. You gotta go through a feral druid. Actually, that is in Boomkin. Boomkin, Saya, and Buff DH. So if you go up against Saya first or next, maybe you'll be okay. Full burst out into Buff DH just with procs. Got himself a bit of that immune. As long as he can get himself a stun. Proper CC onto Miko. That is going to give him a little bit of souls as well. IBM to follow. But does get hit with a bolt right after. The Shadow Bolt. It does proc for quite a bit, man. Especially if you're playing the Soul Harvester. What are these batters? Wait, how many you got? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are these... Some of them are like War Within. Oh, that's War Within for sure. These gotta be like Dragonflight, right? Pretty sure. I think. Soul Rod out for Miko. Does have all the dots. Oh, no, Saru. Saru might... Saru TB? I don't even know what your name is, but I think it might just be dead. Oh, what is that? He was literally just belting with shadow bolts from behind the pillar. What is that? Saya's the last one left. I think he's trying to give Miko a chance here, but I don't know if he can. Do you have Mage? Wait, Miko, do you guys have Mage in your team? Can you sit down for mana buns? Is that a thing? Or maybe just drain off of Saya while he flash and heals himself? That could potentially be a thing. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Yeah, Mage food, yeah. So we can actually have ourselves a proper honor duel. For Miko, he took him out quick. Miko, this will be your hardest challenge here. Holy Saya, no wall, no dark glare. Good luck. If you somehow beat him though, that'll be wild, man. That'll be wild. For Saya, he's got himself every cooldown available, however. So for Miko, definitely going to be on the back burner. Unless he goes for like fear spam and then uses crazy mobility to just stay away from Saya. That's about all he could do, I think. That or just let the dots and procs do work. Dark Pact immediately, Mortal Coil, Saya immediately trinkets out of it. He's going to go for Spell Ward, and Miko with a port. Got himself a gateway in case he needs to. It's probably going to be a human racial out of the stun. Gateway short though. Does himself the Warlock Hellstone as well. Try to go for a fuse. Trinket. Try to see if he can juke a kick. I think he wasn't able to. Saya still holding on to his kick. Blind to follow for Saya. Try to go for a fear. Still getting juked. Not getting juked at all though. At some point he's going to have to go for the fear portal right after. Does himself range into a full port. Full dots onto Saya. I don't know if he can heal. Oh. Yeah, maybe if he had himself wall and everything, maybe that would work, but damn. So close. Yeah, damp way too high. Damp way too high. It's rough, man.